I've got some sad news to start off your week. It looks like 2021 isn't going to be the exciting year that we had once thought for Canon. This and more after the intro. Hi, I'm Simon. Thanks for tuning in to The Ordinary Filmmaker. Subscribe to get notification of new videos like this one so you don't miss any news, rumors, gear reviews, or tutorials. And to make things just a little bit more interesting, I'm giving away a brand new Canon EOS R5 full-frame mirrorless camera to one lucky viewer. Details are in the description down below, or you can watch this video here. Please look at the terms and conditions as there are some age and location restrictions. Canon Rumors says that the initial plans for 2021 have changed due to continued blowback from the pandemic. Let's start with the good news. A source told Canon Rumors that the most exciting camera coming out of Canon will be in the second half of the year and most likely be the EOS R1. Now the phrase most likely doesn't really build a lot of confidence. It's kind of like the phrase a definite maybe. But Craig, well, he has this as a CR2 and it does make a lot of sense. Now having their flagship camera out in time for the Olympics when they know that their competition is aiming for the same, it plays very well with the media. Craig goes on to say that other 2021 product announcements that we've talked about, well, those aren't yet solidified. Plans are moving around like pieces on a chessboard, and chessboard is an apt description because this is all very strategic. This is all goes back to Canon survival and what it can do, what decisions it can make right now to give it the best chance for taking more market share and selling more cameras. Now the APS-C R system camera and the two entry-level R system full-frame mirrorless cameras haven't been confirmed in the roadmap yet. Do we need to temper our expectations? No, I'm not ready to do that yet. I know that things are difficult for most of us. I know that things are going to get a little bit worse before they get better, but change is on the way. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm not expressing feeble-minded optimism or blind faith. Canon understands the challenging environment. They're working hard to get cameras out that will drive sales and profit. Cameras that have high potential for sales will get priority. Having the Canon R1 released in time for the Olympics is an important attestation to Canon's aptitude and innovation, but a well-architected entry-level or pair of entry-level R system cameras priced around $1499 and $899 will drive a lot more profit than the R1 alone. Now this makes the assumption that Canon fills these entry-level cameras with a lot more desired goodies, and that's the key word, desired by their customers. Give us cameras with the M50 Mark II-like effort and capabilities, and those cameras aren't going to go anywhere. And in fact, they are going to drive sales, but they're going to drive it to companies like Sony. Products may be constrained in 2021 as they have been in 2020. Some models might even get pushed into 2022 or canceled outright. And that's where we're hearing a lot more blowback, or not blowback, we're hearing a lot more about the EOS M system being in its twilight years. If we go back just to the beginning of 2020, there was a lot more excitement around the EOS M system. There was talks of the M5 Mark II, the M50 Mark II, and well, we're not hearing that anymore. But I still believe strongly that we're going to get the two entry-level R system cameras known as the R7 and the R8, along with the Canon EOS R1. But I'm not really sure what to think about the C50 and the C90, or what lenses we'll get, or what lenses will get prioritized. But what about the APS-C R system camera? What do you think? Will we see an APS-C R system camera this year as well? Let me know in the comments section down below. But now, a little bit of behind the scenes. In today's segment, I want to talk about a couple of things. One thing I want to talk about is I finally solved the problem with putting a CF Express card in my R5 along with an SD card. Even though I've told the camera, the R5, that all video should go to the CF Express card, it just decides for its own reasons that it's going to decide to record to the SD card. Now I don't have any V90 cards right now, I have a V30 card. So when it accidentally records to that card, it not only fills it up pretty quickly, but it takes a while to get my content off. So what I've done to solve that problem is I just don't put SD cards in the camera anymore and I just run with CF Express cards. It created a slightly other problem because I edit on two computers. One has a CF Express card reader, the other didn't. So I got another CF Express card reader and I use that for the laptop. Really annoying. I wish Canon would fix that bug. It's been with us for many, many years. It was in the, and still is with, the Canon 5D Mark IV. But another thing I want to talk to you about behind the scenes, The last week I haven't been feeling well, and I'm still not feeling that well. I spent the better part of last week in bed, feeling very lethargic. I'm not feeling very well. And it's really kind of dragging on. And thankfully, there hasn't been a lot of news because I've looked at the news each day and go like, okay, there's nothing really there, so I don't have to worry about publishing anything. And when I do see news like I did this morning, and it was, I think it was 11 o'clock, I slept into like 10:30. I had a really good sleep in. And I saw this news this morning. I thought, oh, I've got to get this out there. This is kind of big news. So if there is news, I will get it out there. But there are times where I just do feel sluggish, and that is right now. I think this coming week, we're going to see a lot of really big news. What day is it? It's the 10th. So we know it starts on Monday, don't we? We have CES coming up. So get ready to hear anything from Sony. We were rumored to have the Sony the A9 Mark III, according to SonyRumors.com. So let's see if we do get any announcement. I'm really excited to hear about that, but will Nikon drop anything at CES too? I expect to see more from Sony because Sony is primarily a consumer electronics company. But despite the look on my face here today, I know I don't look like I'm filled with energy. I know I don't look all that excited, but like I said, I'm dealing with a bit of an illness right now, and I am going to get better. It's probably going to take another week or two. It usually, when I have these, we'll call it a situation, usually takes about 3 to 4 weeks to fully render itself, moot's not the right word, before I fully get better. And so I'm really hoping that this week I do feel a whole lot better because I think the news cycle is going to pick up a lot. But and I thank you for all the well-wishing. And my primary concern is my health. If I ever did feel that this channel was in any way bad for my health, well, I would prioritize my health. I'm not a young buck anymore, and I need to look after myself, and I need to look after my family. But I do appreciate all the well wishes you guys have given me. And here's to 2021. I still think we're going to get a lot of really exciting stuff coming out this year. Don't let this news completely get you down. Like I said, each of these companies, Nikon, Sony, and Canon, they're prioritizing which is going to drive the most sales. Now, Nikon and Canon, these are imaging companies. Sony is a consumer electronics company, so they can say, okay, you know what, we're not too worried about these cameras. Let's focus on the PS5 and other products that will drive more revenue, and that makes a lot of sense. Times are tough. For Canon, though, it's an imaging company, so they're going to look at their products and say, okay, which of these products are driving sales? They can see what the R5 has done for their revenue this year. They can see what the R6 has done. But these cameras, as I said earlier, these are not the ones that bring home most of the revenue. It's cameras like the Canon 90D. If you come out with a really good camera that's between the price range of, let's say, $700 and $1,200, you have a really solid camera, it's going to fly off the shelf. It's going to be in the top 10. And for the longest time, the Canon 80D, the Canon 70D, and the Canon 90D have been a staple for Canon. Now, I do get that the people who buy into the R system, those lenses are going to drive a lot of revenue as well. But don't forget the power of these mid-level and entry-level cameras. They're very, very important for driving sales. They're very, very important for getting people into the environment. And when people see a company like Canon that has 45% market share and a second-place rival is in the early 20s, well, a lot of people are attracted to that company just because, well, they're too big to fail, right? They've got that much market share, they must be better. And that attracts a certain segment of the population. And even myself, when I see a company that's doing that well, I figured, okay, I don't have to worry about them going out of business anytime soon. I don't have to worry about not getting new lenses or any product support. So that does play on people's minds. But enough ramblings, that's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe for your chance to win the Syncolav S6E and M3 shotgun microphones. I'll be awarding these two prizes to one lucky viewer once the channel reaches 20,000 subscribers, which I believe now is less than 500 subscribers away. So I'll offer up a different and more expensive prize every 10,000 subscribers until this channel reaches 100,000. At which point, I'll be giving away a brand new Canon EOS R5 full-frame mirrorless camera to one lucky viewer. And on that bombshell, thanks for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. Have yourself a happy new year, and we'll see you again soon.